Good morning, happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Riding to Work with Coach Rob, number 26. Been doing this for 26 weeks with, I think, one or two bonus episodes in there. That's a lot of talking to myself, folks. So, I listen to some podcasts on the days that I'm not talking to you guys. And one I really enjoy is Ben Bergeron's Chasing Excellence podcast. I think he's a phenomenal coach. I definitely have learned a lot with how he approaches coaching. I don't think, as anybody, we all have a unique approach to what we do as professionals. So I definitely mirror some of my approach off of some of his ideals and teachings and coachings, but definitely not all. There is, I pull from a lot of different influences. But something cool that he does is goes through the 10 principles of an elite level athlete. What you need to have. 10 things he teaches and wants to see his athletes focus on. I talk for 7 to 10 minutes every day, so we're not going to go over 10. We are going to go over one, which I think is something a lot of my athletes really need to think about. And they say this, but I don't believe them. And honestly, I don't think they believe themselves when they say it. The whole trust the process. You need to do more than that. So we have this end goal. Say an athlete comes to me and says, I want to make the CrossFit Games in 2024. We do testing, we look at where they're at, we look at their natural abilities, look at their baseline test, look at a progression over a year, and decide if we focus, if our nutrition's on point, if our health stays in line, if we stay injury-free, where can we get in a year? And we have a realistic, honest conversation about where we're going to be in a year, in an ideal world. Now, all of us that train know that training is never ideal. You're going to get sick throughout the year. Might have a small strain or a pull or some fatigue, recovery issues, life outside of training leaks in and it starts affecting training. So a year is never perfect. And it's my job as a coach to adapt and work around that. So, if all of my athlete does is focus on the games 2024, the games 2024, the games 2024, they have a bad day. Most likely, this is what's going to happen. God damn it, I'm never going to make the games. You see, I had the worst training day ever. I missed my lifts. I didn't hit any man paces on the rower. I'm not making a game. I quit. I'm not doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not making it. I'm not making it. I've heard that. Verbatim. Pure panic. The pure victim mentality. The negative self-talk. As soon as someone had a bad workout, because all they focused on was making it to the games in 2024. Now, if we shift our mindset to not focus on the goal, the end result. That's there. That's going to stay up there. It's always going to live there. Don't worry about that. Let me say that again. The goal is there. All right? The plan is in place to get to the goal. Guess what you don't have to worry about anymore? The goal. All right? It's going to live up there. It's going to stay up there. It's not going to change. Unless you want it to, it's not going to change. All right? Sun's always going to be in the sky. All right? Stop worrying about it. Let's focus on that day, that moment, that movement in the gym. Let's focus on that recovery. My 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Let's focus on the 210 grams of protein and 350 grams of carbs that I have to get in today. The 1.5 gallons of water I need to drink. The 90 grams of fats. Let's focus on that. let's focus on the conditioning portion where I have to hit a 142 1 minute row, rest 1 minute, repeat by 10. Let's focus on that. All right, what I'm saying is focus on what's in front of you. Pay attention to the process. Enjoy the process. Shift your mindset to stop worrying about the end goal and start worrying about today. Start worrying about that experience and that work you're going to do in the gym today. If you focus on every individual day for the next 365 days, you don't get weekends off when you're an athlete. Sorry. If you want to be an athlete, you focus on training, even on weekends, even on your recovery days. If you don't recover right, your next day is not going to go well. Okay? Focus on that. And all of a sudden, the end goal happens. And if for some reason out of your control, the end goal doesn't happen, you have focused on things you can control day to day. You've had a win every day because what you were working on, you accomplished. Sounds a lot more fun than having a bad workout and panicking and saying I'm never gonna hit my goals and how much I suck. No. You walked in, you had your workout, you focused on every movement, you focused on every rep. You hit your goal for that day. That's a win. You have 365 wins a year. You can't beat that. Does that make sense? Stop focusing on the goal. If you focus on the process, the goal will happen. All right, guys? So yes, you need to fall in love with it. You're not going to enjoy every day of training. I can tell you that right now. If you enjoy every day of training, you're probably doing it wrong. There are days that are going to be hard. They're going to beat you down mentally and physically. But when you look back at it, you focused on it, you gave it your all, you hit your goal for that day. You are now one step closer to that end goal. Okay, you have 365 steps to take. Take one every day. All right, focus on the process, not the end result. That's one principle I want you guys to worry about. 9 more coming at you. Have a great day. Have an awesome weekend. Crush today. Worry about today. And go ahead and do it again tomorrow.